Networking can mean so many different things. There's social networking online, there's networking at networking functions, there's introductions one-on-one. And what I want you to think about first is who you would want to network with. So when you think about you as the main center, and then think about who do you know, who are your family and friends, and who of those folks do you want to know about, connect with in a way related to your career, and then your coworkers, past and present. And so those are what would be called, all of those people that you know are your internal network, and then external are people you don't know but you would like to know, a manager in another department or somebody else's boss, and then you can look them up on LinkedIn. That is a valuable tool for networking. So first off, when you introduce someone else, the easiest thing is to think about you are presenting this person to the one you already know. So generally you're introducing a junior level colleague to the manager. If Michelle is my senior level and Joe is somebody new, then I'm going to say, Michelle, please meet Joe. So I'm going to say the most important person's name first. Once you say their names and you connect them, give them a reason to talk to each other. So you could say, Joe just joined our team and he moved here from Bangladesh. Give him a reason to have a conversation. And the same is true if you're doing an email introduction. When you are introduced to someone, and then when they say, what do you do? Or you could say your name and say the organization you're with, or the type of role you're seeking, or that you're finishing school and May and seeking the next role, something like that. Give them a reason to connect with you. The goal here is just to connect. That's the goal of introductions. And then you can work on impressing them after that. Give them a reason to want to talk with you. So it takes some practice to think about what would that reason be. Do that with some friends and come up with some of those reasons and how you would say your introduction. Make sure you're aware of who else is around. So if you need to bring them into the conversation, you become known as someone who's a connector, who is inclusive, who will bring people in. When somebody introduces you to another person, that you are welcoming and warm and responsive to that, whether that's in person or via email or LinkedIn, because that person that's doing the introduction shows high regard for you to be taking that step. And then you never know when somebody can help you in the future or you could help them. Okay, so once you've met people, I want you to be able to remember their names. Best trick that I ever learned for that is to pay attention when they say their name. So alert, alert, alert. I have alarms going off in my head. Pay attention and name is coming. So get in the habit of being on heightened alert. So like before you're going into a meeting that you know there will be people you don't know. Okay, when they introduce you, pay attention to the person's name. So when they say their name, repeat it. So I would say, oh, Anita, nice to meet you. What brings you to this event, Anita? So that's the trick for names, is paying attention when they say it and repeat it. Put their name in your brain with something that's already in there. So the lady on the screen, her shirt is a rose color. So I might put her in my head with a lady that I know named Rose. That's called association. So if you've heard that term before. And then as soon as you can, write down their name. So in a job interview situation, you have paper and a pen, or let them know at the beginning you're going to take notes on your phone or your tablet, and then they won't think that you're checking your social accounts. If you forget somebody's name and you know you've met them before, that happens to everybody. It's okay that you forgot. The key about that situation is don't make them uncomfortable about it. And sometimes people go on and on about, oh, I'm so bad at remembering names. I'm so sorry. I know we've met before. Don't say all of that. It's just say, introduce yourself. So I would say, hi, I'm Kelly. I know we've met before. Please remind me of your name. But I'm going to say my name too and not assume they know me, but I don't know them. And you can say, I know we've met before. Please remind me of your name. So once you meet someone, they are in your professional network. Some ways to keep that up could be to send an email, thank you for something. Thank you for hosting the meeting. Thank you for introducing me to so-and-so. Thank you for sharing your expertise. It could be, it was great to see you again. You can comment to them on LinkedIn or send a message to them on LinkedIn. Also look for opportunities to keep in touch. It doesn't have to be every week, but it might be every month, 2 months, 3 months, depending on what the relationship needs to be, that you're sending them an article that you found interesting. Or I had somebody this week that in a networking function that we were in a group on Tuesday, and then a big announcement came about their company on Wednesday. So I'm going to go read that announcement today and send an email to that person commenting about it. Another way of maintaining is to introduce them to people that help them accomplish their goals. Be part of a referral chain cycle. Just be somebody that connects people with each other. Keep your conversations at a professional realm. So you certainly can share things about your family, but don't share all of the details. Most important thing in communication also applies here with relationships, and that's listening. Pay attention to the other person. When relationships get to be one-sided, then it's not really a relationship anymore. So make sure you're not talking the whole time in the conversations, that you're asking them how they are, that you're paying attention to their personality, if they're stressed or if they're doing okay or if they're happy about something. You want people to feel good about interacting with you. People do business, people hire people they like. So be somebody that is, when you're networking, meeting people, remembering names, that you're somebody that cares about others and shows it, that you're somebody that is of value, of service, that does things for people and is interested and interesting. You start it by saying why you want to connect with them. If it's, some people, if they have 1,000,000 followers, they might not follow you back. So you don't need to connect, but you could follow them, send a connection request. And then in LinkedIn, there's an option to send a note, and send a note that says, I admire the changes you've made to your organization in the last 6 months. Or I loved the article called Networking ABCs that you put in that Harvard Business Review published. I'd love to connect with you and continue learning from you going forward. Say something like that. Another thing you could do is say what you could do for them, but not in a sales way. So it's why you want to connect with them and then what you offer. So just take your chances, introduce yourself, and say why you want to connect with them. Start with your closer circle. So start with people that you see on a regular basis, the person at the market, people you pass or somebody that you greet on your way into the building. Smile and just say hello and strike up a conversation and just become comfortable. But the real secret to that is when you're not feeling so comfortable or so confident, just keep the conversation about the other people. Honor them. Be about them. People don't always notice that, oh, she didn't even say anything about herself. So a lot of times if I'm just not feeling it, or I'm kind of nervous about this event that I'm at, I don't know if I'm in the, supposed to be there or whatever, I might just do my quick introduction and say my name and my company, and that's it. And then I say, well, tell me about yourself. Where do you work? So I bring the conversation back to them. How do you like your job? Or how long have you worked there? Have you been to this event before? What do you like best about this place? Start thinking of questions that you could ask of other people. And there would be 3 or 4 that you could have handy. So you can ask them, well, what do you do? And then when they answer, if you don't know about the company, you could say, oh, that's new to me. Tell me about it. Tell what do you do there? What's your role there? And so then you can ask 2 or 3 questions about their role. Another good one that I have in my pocket is, wherever I'm meeting this person, we're at something. So one in my pocket is, have you ever been here before? Have you been to this event or this location? Or, this is my first time at this networking event. Tell me about it. Have you been here before? And sometimes they'll say, no, we're both new. And then we become friends. Or they might say, oh yeah, I'm a regular. I'm one of the hosts. Like, oh, okay, tell me about it. That's a good way to get them talking. Thank you so much. Bye.